Hello, welcome back. So I won't even lie. I woke up Thanksgiving morning and there just wasn't time due to the time last week. I just didn't have time to put this in, and my season's been so rough to begin with. So as you can see, I did a little bit better, but yeah, I still missed a few. Still finished kind of towards the bottom, but no. Now for the season, you can see there's some change a little bit for some people up there, but yeah, I basically need a miracle to come back at this point. Yeah, as you can see, I need basically a miracle to come back. So this is a bad year, honestly. It's a really rough year with it. So yeah, along with doing my picks this week, I'm also gonna go through and probably do just some touchdown scoring props and just look through some of maybe the potential props to look for into this weekend. I am by no means like a prop god or anything even close to that, but I will, knock on wood, I've been doing decent and alright with some touchdown parlays. So I'm just going to sprinkle some out into the universe and maybe help some of the peoples. But yeah, going through, we'll start picking Buffalo. Kenny Pickett honestly played pretty well in the Monday night game, so I'm probably just going to pick Pittsburgh just because why not. Green Bay, because Aaron Rodgers owns Chicago. Jacksonville, Detroit. I'm just going to take the home team, Detroit, right there. That's probably going to be my one or two. That's the definition of a toss-up game. Minnesota, I'll put a lower number on when I get back to that. I'm just going to pick the Giants. I'm not too confident in it, but we're to the point now in the year where maybe I could steal a game or two with this. And just thinking about it, Washington's won a lot of games in a row. They've been really close to losing the past few weeks. I feel like they're due to get got a little bit. I like Philly against Tennessee. I just think Tennessee's the better team overall right now, and just the way they played last week against the Packers. Baltimore, that one's easy until Denver figures out who the hell they are. I have to pick Cleveland, but it would be funny to see Houston win for the Deshaun Watson revenge game. Got to pick Seattle. The Rams are all but falling apart. I'm gonna pick Miami here, just on the road. I'm ready to see. This should be probably the game of the week. I'm really excited to see how that will look. Ooh. I'm honestly just gonna pick Cincinnati just because. Probably. I would say most weeks I probably pick Kansas City here, but just because I'm so behind in the year, maybe try to steal a week. I'll just do that. I'm gonna pick Chargers against Vegas because they are just bad. I want to pick Indy there, but I know I can't. And then. Honestly, this is going to be my 1-point game. Tom plays so bad against them. So this is what I'm thinking going into the week. Honestly, like I said, it's just been a bad year for me. It kind of sucks. This is the worst I think I've ever done. I think my first year I joined halfway through, so I finished in the bottom. I think this is my second year. My second year was the worst year I ever did, and I finished towards the back, and this is right up there with it right now. There's still some weeks where I can turn it around. I would just need perfect weeks basically at this point, or just to blow the top people out of the water. But like I said, I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's just not my year. So hopefully, I'm trying to play for the week a little bit, have some little upsets that I like potentially, and yeah, hopefully we'll see how it goes. I'm not the most optimistic about this week, but hey, you never know. Now going into the Thursday night game and everything, and then some of these I won't spend too long on this. I'll just brush quickly some things I'm thinking. Devin Singletary didn't score last week when I had him, so something I was thinking here, maybe something I potentially probably gonna do for the night game is I'm thinking that I'm gonna probably do this and the Bills to win. Something along the lines of that. And that's not too bad. If I want to get really risky and try to have fun, I might throw in Stephon Diggs in there to make it a little bit bigger. But for the most part, when it comes to touchdown scoring this game, I think I like Devin Singletary and Ramondre Stevenson. For sure, I think if I had to pick my favorite for this game, it's Devin Singletary. Just because towards the beginning of the year, he basically had no touchdowns, and then the last few games, he had 2, he had 1, then he didn't have 1 last week. So, I think I like him to score just for the fact that recently they've been starting to use him a lot more. They've been leaning a bit more on the run game with Josh Allen hurt. I won't lie to you, this just off the top of my head, I did not look at any of these lines or anything beforehand. Each team to score a touchdown and field goal each half, I think I might honestly sprinkle on that just because the way the Patriots offense played last week. There's a chance that that shouldn't be too hard, honestly. For plus 2,200 too, that might be a fun little sprinkle. So I'm thinking that might be something I honestly sprinkle on a bit. But yeah, for when going back to the touchdowns and everything, I think my pick for the night, if I'm going to pick someone, is Devin Singletary. Like I said before, I'm by no means an expert on any of this. I do it for fun, and I've just done it for a while. So, and then yeah, as of this year, knock on wood, I've had some decent luck with like touchdown scoring bets. I mean, as dumb as some of the touchdown bets can be and making all them, sometimes they're fun. It's really fun to try to root for guys to get in the end zone, as heartbreaking as it can be other times. So yeah, going to the Minnesota game, I mean, I had TJ Hawkinson last week. That one felt nice. And, I mean, just going forward, I might bet Justin Jefferson to score every single week until he doesn't. I think it's been like 2 or 3 weeks in a row now. And he's just been on a tear recently, too. I think, like, he's had 100 yards in the back-to-back games, too. So, potentially I know the Jets' defense is pretty good, though. So, if he's going to get stopped, it might be that game. So maybe for the Vikings, I would say maybe Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson, or maybe even like an Adam Thielen, potentially. Broncos-Ravens, I honestly have no good insights in this one, because I mean, with the Broncos, you get one touchdown a game, basically. So I really don't want to get stuck with anybody like that. For the Ravens, I mean, I've bet Mark Andrews the last three-ish weeks, and he hasn't scored, so I want to say I'm going to take him again, potentially for that game, but maybe one of the running backs, maybe even Lamar. I don't know. That's a stay-away game for me, the way the Ravens been playing a little bit recently. They've been scaring me. Same with, like, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Falcons. I mean, if I have to take someone in that game, I would maybe take Cordero Patterson. Maybe take him. I don't know what's going on with Najee. I think he might be out. And when it comes to Steelers, I mean, maybe for the Steelers, maybe Freiermuth or George Pickens, just for the odds, but I have no confidence in there. I would say, so far through the ones I've looked through, I would say my confident ones, where I actually feel like they have the best chance to score, probably Devin Singletary so far, and past that, I mean, maybe Dalvin Cook, but past that, I mean, I couldn't tell you. These are just some of the names I like and I've been seeing recently. When it comes to the Jacksonville Jaguars and Lions, if ETN stays healthy, he might be a good one for the Jaguars. But when it comes to the Lions, I'm probably going to take Jamal Williams again, because it feels like if you get them in the red zone, they're probably going to score. And then maybe a fun sprinkle might be Amon-Ra St. Brown. For the Eagles, I mean, almost everyone got in the end zone last week. A fun sprinkle might be Devonta Smith, but I would maybe stay away because he's a hit and miss. For that game, I honestly like maybe Derrick Henry because he's been cold, but I'm not too confident in really anyone in that game, because that could be a really, really tough game with how good the two defenses are. I mean, how, like, dirty and grimy that Tennessee plays. For the Browns and Texans, I mean, Texans are just awful. Maybe sprinkle Dameon Pierce. If there's any chance to get in the red zone, they might score. But, I mean, I would probably stay away when it comes to the Browns. Deshaun Watson does like to throw it deep. So, something I'm thinking, this is all basically on stuff I've heard. I've heard maybe nice stuff about David Bell and how he's a deep threat, and potentially with Deshaun Watson he might do something, so I might sprinkle a David Bell touchdown, maybe Donovan Peoples-Jones, but probably the safest for the Browns would be Nick Chubb, because, I mean, he pretty much is a steady workforce, and he should get in the end zone. When it comes to Giants-Commanders, I really don't. Maybe Terry McLaurin, maybe Saquon Barkley, but I mean, yet again, those are two offenses with really good defenses, so I'd be scared to do that. Packers, I think the only one I'd be safe with is probably Aaron Jones. Past that, I mean, anyone is like pretty much a toss-up. Seahawks and Rams, probably Kenneth Walker. He's been playing pretty awesome. Maybe DK Metcalf, but I would say the safest one probably out of that game would be Kenneth Walker. Dolphins game, 49ers, I mean, the backfield situation for San Francisco is rough, so, I mean, you would want to think McCaffrey, but he's dealing with some injuries right now, and I think they have 4 running backs on the rosters. So a wild dark horse, maybe not for this week, but to look for in the future is Tevin Coleman, because I believe there's rumors that, like, he's supposed to be the number 2, like, set up best to be number 2 behind McCaffrey, so we'll have to see later. But when it comes to that game, I mean, I don't know what the situation with Raheem Mostert is, but maybe one of the backs for Miami. But that might be a stay away. I can't give you anybody out of confidence. For Chargers Raiders, I mean, I would say either one of the running backs, Josh Jacobs or Austin Eckler. But yet again, I can't really give that with confidence. Bengals Chiefs. I would say maybe Joe Mixon with the situation. If I had to pick between the two, if I had to pick, I'd probably say Travis Kelce. He's probably the safest out of all of them. Maybe Joe Mixon if he's back and healthy. Cowboys Colts. I mean, probably one of the running backs for Cowboys so Zeke or Pollard, and then for the Bucks and saying to stay away from me. I don't like either of those offenses. So to round it out, Dallas Cowboys Colts. I would say Zeke or Tony Pollard potentially. Maybe Jonathan Taylor if the Colts can find a way to get in the end zone. So I would say any of the three running backs in that game. Chiefs Bengals, I would say Joe Mixon if he's healthy and 100%. Maybe Samaje Perine. I don't know about those two, but for sure probably Travis Kelce. He's one of the better options, I would say, out of all the ones. And then, yeah, past that, no confidence in this game. Not a lot of confidence in this game. Maybe Kenneth Walker in that game, but not too confident. Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon in this game. Maybe Saquon in this game. I'm not, but no, I don't know. Probably not. Nothing in this game really. Not too much in this game. Probably Jamal Williams. Not too much in that game, honestly. I don't think too much in that game. Maybe Dalvin Cook. Maybe, but I don't know too confident. And then I would say Devin Singletary potentially in this one. So if I was making a parlay for Sunday, to do that, we'll do that to end every video. I'll make one. So I basically go through some of the touchdown scores I like for the week. So if I was going to make a parlay, most likely for Sunday, I'll probably do Jamal Williams, Aaron Jones, Travis Kelce, and then I don't want to do one for the night game because I'd rather be solo. So we'll do Travis Kelce, Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, and then probably Dalvin Cook, honestly. I feel pretty decent about that. And then usually for my touchdown parlays, I'll throw $5 on them. 5-10 max. But yeah, that's just basically going forward every week now. I'll probably just throw out some touchdown people that I like just because, yeah, Pickem's been kind of butt cheek, so I might as well try to make this series a little bit more interesting while I'm doing bad this year. So yeah, going into this week for the games on Sunday, as you can see, this is probably one of the better slates we've had recently too, and so hopefully it's a good week of games.